All right, this is Sir Earl coming at you again with another podcast of the Truth of Fitness with my co-host.
Chie, figure prodigy, Telui
Okay,
from Underdogs on Top Studio.
right, located in Richmond Park. And today our podcast will center on
Low goal setting
right,
is limiting you.
right, low goal setting equals AKA lack of discipline.
Right.
And one of the things that sparked the motivation for this podcast today is that we have saw a client. We have a
Well,
client.
yeah, actually, I seen this all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Usually when we talk about something, it's not the first time we've experienced it.
Right.
We've been doing this well over two decades.
Right.
And you've seen a lot. And the thing is, people have low goals, so it makes them easy to not be disciplined. We saw a client that said, "Hey, today is my birthday, and I can eat whatever I want. So I'm just having a cheat day today." Well, you have a cheat day every goddamn day.
Right. We started 2026 of this Truth Over Fitness podcast that we did talk about was goal setting
Right.
for the New Year's, which is every year we do that. Everybody's setting goal for this year, whatever may be, like financially or you're physically. But what happened? We are almost at the end of the February and going towards the March. You were so motivated to get going at the beginning of the year, but how you are now, kind of, you have to check yourself, you know what I mean? Because you set your goal and then you get relaxed, I mean, wait, but your goal is still this.
Right.
So what happened is that if you carried on, then don't check yourself. 2027 goal is going to be the same as 2026.
Right, because you didn't make no damn improvement.
Right. And I think because why we set goal like a low, or I would say this, and when we say low goal setting means like, okay, to until my birthday or to until this trip. You kind of set yourself the goal for that day, and then but once that day comes, now you go back to where you came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because now you relax. I think that sometimes goals should be where almost it's well, you can make a smaller goal, but your goal, ultimate goal, you always want it to be closed as you get older. If you say, hey, financially, I wanted to get to this point, or, physically, or your health need to get to this point. And remind you, time just go past so fast. I don't know, because I'm getting older. It's like the weeks just pass so quickly. And then now it's already almost going towards the spring. Hey, what did you say early this year? By spring, you want it to be, ready and feel better about yourself, or, your blood sugar is lower, whatever the goal may be when you set it early this year. But because we see all the time that we are easily to kind of lower the goal. Okay, maybe I say 10 pounds, but I think of 5 pounds be okay. You know what I mean? So what happened, now you're settling.
Right.
You limiting yourself now. It's like, well, you could have done the 10 pounds, but now you don't want to fail, or you feel fear, I think. So what happened is that now, well, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, 5 pounds will be okay. No, don't do that. If you set something that, hey, this is my goal, ultimate goal, just continue to build towards that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, we can't be 100% every day. You know, we slip sometime here and there, but if you do that too often, you're talking about not once in a month or once or
Right.
2 months. You're talking about you did that last week.
You know, one of the things, because we're told this a lot, that we just have something different, that we just have a different mindset, different. We're wired to just be disciplined. Life comes down to choices. When you look at your failure to reach your goals, you made the choices. Okay, and that's one thing people need to understand is that we're no different than you are, except we just make better choices and less freaking excuses. And it's a simple factor. If you, we're all given choices. So if you have the choice to eat something healthy or some bullshit, okay? And you choose the bullshit, okay? But then you look and say, well, why did I gain weight? Well, you made a choice to eat that instead of what would have got you there. And it's not that difficult to make choices. It's like we're all given freedom of choice, and it's not that difficult. I mean, I would say that we've become better at it, but we're still human. You don't if you don't think I prefer to eat some Harold's fried chicken as opposed to dry ass chicken breast, you're wrong. You know, but I can't look how I want to look by eating that. So I make the choice not to do that. I make a choice to stick with the foods that give me the look and the desire that I want to have.
Which is, I think, at least to your standard, right?
Yeah.
You got to set your standard high. You know, I can easily say when I was size 14, I just want to come down size 10, which is I did it, you know, in the beginning. Oh, I just want to come size 10. But why?
Right.
And because I was not size 10 before I came into United States, actually. That was still big for my body frame.
Right.
And I'm started thinking, but like, we do that so we don't have to face ourselves like failure. You know what I mean? And easier goal is a literally limiting yourself,
Right.
right? And then it's important to know it's okay to want more,
Right.
and if you continue, you can do it.
Right.
You know, but I think sometimes, yes, it got a lot to do with the people surround yourself to,
Right.
all right? And also, you know, the your atmosphere. Um, if you trying to quit alcohol, but you keep on going to the bar that you thinking you're gonna stop drinking, you're not going to be.
Right.
So until then, you gotta limit yourself. It's like you have to set yourself higher, you know, standard higher. You are better than that.
And it still comes down to what I was saying at first. It's choices. You know what I mean? If you make the choice, let's take that scenario of drinking. You have a choice to drink or not to drink. I don't give a damn who you around. Um, yes, we face more temptation, but you still have a choice. You know, you can always say, because to me, okay, if it's your birthday and you don't eat shit because you ate shit the other days, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Nothing. Not a damn thing. So if you make a choice to not lower your standards, and take a drink or eat this or eat that, which, you know, you came to me and said you wanted to get in shape. I didn't come to you, you know, and it in life boiled down to the simplest thing. Okay, we can blame the environment. We can blame the crew that we're around. We can blame all that. I can blame shit for days.
Right. And
But
the
at
day
the
is
end of
you.
the day, it's choices.
Yeah.
If you make fucked up choices, you're gonna have fucked up decisions. You know, so it boils down when you break it down to everything. People have got to be responsible for their choices. Don't eat shit and then wonder why you ain't getting in shape.
Right.
You already know you made the choice.
Yeah. Because sometimes I be like, why you want to go through the same thing over and over?
Right.
You know, and like I said, look it back, your life saying, man, I was just going around a circle.
Right.
You never move forward. You know what I mean? And it's like we encourage our clients to, hey, just focus on your goal. Whatever it comes, like I said, slip sometime here and there, yeah, but don't fall so far down to where you can get back up. You know what I mean? And for me, when I was the size 14 and overweight, out of shape, but I told myself that I wanted to be a fitness model one day. Now, after 3 kids with you have uh, the skin stretched up your stomach and, you know what I mean, stretch mark. And if I say that to people, nobody then believe me.
Right.
I started this after I had 3 kids, after I was so out of shape. But I create my new standard. I said, I'm better than that. If I continue to do it, I can.
Right. And with setting your standards, all setting standards is it's making different choices. You came down in size and not to be overweight because you stopped doing the shit that made you overweight.
Right.
So your choices change.
Right.
And that's what I think people need to really understand. It's not that damn difficult. It's
I think it's not, it's a simple, I would say. You know what I mean? It is a simple, but it is a difficult because you have to be uncomfortable.
right.
You have to be uncomfortable in order for you to grow. That's
Right.
everything.
It's simple to do and it's simple not to do.
Right.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, what you decide, the choice that you make, it compounds to good or bad.
Right.
So, and instead of looking at the whole picture, I want to drop 50 pounds, I want to do this, I want to do that. Look at the simple choices you are choosing to make. Simple choices compound, bad choices compound.
Right.
So either way, you're going to get the results from what choices you made.
Yeah.
And if people understood that and thought about that in the smallest sense of the word, and said, you know what, I'm thinking about the bigger picture of what I want to do, so I'm going to make the choice to not eat this banana pudding today. I'm going to make that choice, and I'm going to do something else. And yeah, it's hard sometimes because you really want that other thing. But think about the bigger picture of, okay, make the choice to do the other thing, and you're going to continue,
Yeah.
to make the choices that keep you where you are. And then later you're going to say, well, why didn't I make any progress? Duh.
You know what? It is like I'm literally every day. I always ask clients, "What did you eat yesterday?" Right? And well, I ate snack too much. Okay. Have you measured your food? No. And you stop doing what you were doing to
Right.
giving you a great results. But then you get lazy or somewhat you think you can just guess it. Oh, this is like 4 ounces. And then ended up you haven't eaten that amount, so you're hungry. That's why that leads to eating snack. So it's like you doing this. I say you was doing 2 weeks good, and then now again you doing the same thing. What you were doing when you were gaining a weight.
Right.
You know what I mean? I always say this: how bad you want.
Right.
That end of the day, how bad you want. And the thing is, if you are choosing safe life, safe goal, and your life is going to be just the safe life, I guess, because you don't have to deal with the challenges
Right.
or deal with the, as far as facing a failure. You know what I mean? So, but there is no growth,
Right.
and to me, that's kind of sad because of what God gave you. Why you are who you are, what type of talent you have. I mean, everything else, but you just literally live to just live every day. That's it. You know, you don't want to change. You don't want to be better.
Right.
But the thing is, at work, you want to get raised.
Right.
So you continue to work hard in somebody else's, company that they created,
Right.
and you literally put your life into that job, and because you want a better retirement or better pay, but you don't do that to yourself for your health or for your dream, So
Right.
I don't want it to be. I always wanted to be different than everybody else. That's how I was, and so when I was little, so it's like if everybody else is doing it and feel well, they say it's fun, but I don't feel fun if I got a 2 roll on my stomach. You know what I mean? I don't feel good about myself. So, in order for me to fix that, I gotta continue. I have to continue to focus on my goal and continue to do what I need to do to accomplish the goal.
Yeah, and that's why, however long it took, 15, 20 years to make the change, now people are going, wow, what did you do?
Right. And then so I'm sharing
Right.
freaking every day. I'm giving you a lottery number,
Right.
but you don't play. So you don't play, you're not gonna win.
Right.
It's that's why we got a business. That's why if everybody listen and everybody get in shape, and can you imagine? We probably don't have no clients. You know what I mean?
I don't think we ever have to worry
Oh,
about
well,
that.
I know that,
And
but
and you're right. I mean, it's like I would love to have people that simply follow what we're trying to teach them.
which is we have a few.
Yeah.
And then they seen it.
Right.
And they seen the result. They feel much better. Their life is different. How they their self esteem is different. And but I see a lot of clients that they are almost there. Or once they got there and then they relax and then they went back.
Right.
So which is you spend the last 3 years of hard work and then paying us. It just goes away.
Right.
Just a waste of time or wasted money.
And that's why it's kind of, I could have stopped working hard, setting goals, and pursuing my dream 20 years ago.
Right.
Okay. Because to me, I was at a level with everybody else, every other trainer, everybody that, all that, right? But I always wanted to be better. I felt I was better. So I made the choices to do the things that landed me in a position that I'm at now. And I did that 20 years ago. And it's been building, it's been compounding, building and building and building.
And of course it wasn't easy.
No, not at all.
Right.
Not at all. But the principles that I chose to follow, I look back and so-called trainers now, they either work for me or they got fired or they landed a regular job, whatever it may be. And that's not to demean anybody. That's to say, if you want success, you've got to plan for it. You've got to make the choices that put you in a place to become successful.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fucking not do shit correctly and think you're gonna still end up in a place that you dream about being. It's not going to happen. If you don't walk that way, if you don't walk south, you're never gonna get south. You'll be going north your whole life. And so, I my whole entire life of going on 30 years, I've made decisions that put me in the position where I'm at now. And I get a lot of people that come to me and say, well, what can I do to get where you are? Well, Praying ain't working for you, and I put in a lot of hard work, and consistently set my goals and decided to do the things that would get me where I was trying to go.
I tell you, I've been with you a long time, and this man does this. Once he gets this set a goal, and then when he accomplished that, he doesn't relax. He already been saying, well, thinking about it, the next one, and then he just go next, the next, which is from your life as far as like personal training in a quasi gym to own your own business to involving, well, you already been involved in a bodybuilding at that point, and then not only necessary as a competitor, you become a judge, you became a promoter.
Right.
It's like the challenging every time to next, to the higher, and then once you accomplish that, you keep on moving. Everyone say, how come you just continue to do judges? How come continue to just promote the show? You already know what to do,
Right.
but you like different challenges. I can see you always set a different challenge, a different goal, which is
Right.
coming with the different challenges.
Right.
And I think that's why you grew to where you are now, and then, which is he already talk about more goals. And I think I got used to it, right? But also, I'm not the type of person settling either. So it just kind of entertained me too. I'm like, okay, he say this, and then thing is, it seems to be such a far way to go.
Right.
But understand when we got our new location, and then we had actually one point in time two location.
Right.
One at Ridge Road, one in the Ridge Road,
Right.
and one on the Dixie Highway, which is where we are now. And we were paying two rent, and I was just like, it just drive me nuts. But to his belief into what he can do and actually plays it to his favor. And I always say that things happen for a reason. Once you believe in yourself all the time and things are coming into God always leads you to what you need to be. You know what I mean? And so it's amazing that how I really experienced him being with you, and I seen it all. So as myself for my goals, it's the same thing. Whoever thought that 25 years ago I can be IBB Pro?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a that. So it's setting, because I set my goals so high to where I can't even I don't even know I can reach.
Right.
But because the goals were so high, I continue,
Right.
And then that's where come other things like, okay, never give up,
Right.
or, believe yourself. That's a whole another different episode itself.
Right. Never impossible.
Right. You know what I mean? So, audience that listening, check yourself, your 2026, New Year resolution or goal that you set for yourself. How you doing now? Check yourself, because you can still get it back.
Right.
You know what I mean? I always say this: don't do fuck it mode. Hey, it's already spring. Fuck it, I'm just go ahead do what I. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can still get it back. It's not too late. It's always tomorrow is a new day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you see yourself slacking, let's focus. Whatever it is around you took the attention off from your focus. You know what I mean? You got to get back to it. You got to get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the great words of wisdom that we not only talk the talk, we've walked the walk and continue to walk the walk. Like me, I'll be striving to get to the top, because I want to leave this legacy. Until the day they put me in the ground, I will never settle. I will always keep pushing. I will always keep setting goals. And that's just who I am as a person, and it actually played a lot in my first divorce. It's like I was told you're never going to stop. You're going to if you had 9 locations, now you want 10. If you did this, now you want to do that. You're never going to be satisfied, and you're never going to stop, and that's true. Um,
And that will lead to the next episode. Actually, we will be talk about for us, the relationship.
Right. How do you love and live with a person who, well, actually, the relationship that me and Chie have is very supportive, and it's what I've always felt a relationship should be. It ain't as easy as people think because you. How do you love an obsessed person, a person that just works hard all the time? I was once told by a person, and this is the next episode. I was told by a person you're gonna have to have fall in love with a special person because they're going to have to realize they are number two beside what you choose to do for a living. It's like how you are is never gonna change.
Right.
That's just how you are, and only a special person, a special understanding person, will understand that and fit in with that. Obviously, my first one didn't, and my current one is, and that's a great feeling to have. But that's what.
Well, we're gonna keep that juice up to the next
Right,
next
that's the next
episode.
episode. We already discussed how we're gonna
Right.
lay it out. So the next one is that, but until the next episode, which will be next Sunday.
Well, we will talk about that.
Right.
But like I said, for this podcast, safe goals create safe results, and safe results rare change your life. So if you want the different body or different mindset or different life, you need a different standard. You know what I mean? So and remember always, growth is never comfortable.
Exactly.
So, just challenge yourself. And, it's okay. You fall short sometime, but that's okay. As long as you don't give up, you're in the game.
Right.
Like we always say that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I hope you guys enjoy this today's podcast. And I hope, I'm really encouraging everybody to, focus on your goals, set your goals high where you can continue to work hard every day and just never give up. Okay? But if you like this podcast, please hit like and share and subscribe. But we will see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Peace out.